All right, it was good to get playing last weekend. I thought anytime you get a chance to go on a road, we had 9 new guys and just kind of learn how we do things and playing a really good opponent. I thought the first night was probably a little bit what you'd expect of early season hockey. I really liked us to start. I thought we took some penalties in the second, obviously, that made it tough on us. In the third, we got to our game. I thought we played really good in the third and carried it on to the next night. So. It was a good first weekend for us. Definitely some areas you keep improving, and then looking forward to hosting Boston College this week. Obviously a storied program, and for us, our 50th year of MUN, and I'm sure the building will be rocking. It'll be a fun atmosphere.
When you look, we've talked to some of the players about this. When you look back at the BC series last year, strange as it is, do you think that helped the success you had? What happened there last year?
No doubt. I think that's the goal every weekend, right? You want to find things out about your team. We found out, some good things and some things we needed to work on. And I think after that, we went on a stretch there. I don't think we lost in regulation until January, So, I think that's our job as coaches, to put our team in positions to challenge them. And we're excited. I do think it's important. We've talked to our guys, like we want the mindset, like every weekend's important to us. And anytime you get a chance to put on our jersey, that means a lot. And so our guys are excited to play and looking forward to the weekend.
Coach, you had Charlie up on that top line, obviously with the Ward out. Can you just talk about him and how he meshed with Isaac and Russell in that top line last year?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. I thought he played really hard, and again, he's a young player, but he's got to play like a power forward, and I thought we saw that this weekend. He's physical with the puck, physical without the puck. He did a really good job in the penalty kill. One of the things I think Charlie's really good at is he's got a knack in front of the net and being a really good net front guy. So I think maybe it didn't show up on the score sheet as far as, but the amount of times he was in the goalie's face and made it hard on their goalie, that makes for a long night. So I thought it was a really good weekend for him.
Adam, with the overtime game to start, is that maybe better for you going into something like this, that you've been in a situation like that? And playing a series like this is a little bit like Izzo in the Champions Classic. He's got #1 Kansas right at the beginning.
Yeah, I think that's what's great about hockey. It's a long year, and you want to try to expose your players to as many different situations. And obviously, 3-on-3 hockey is a different one we haven't done as a group. And I even think the way that our guys stuck with it. I think that's important. If you want to be a good team, we were really good in the third there with the puck team going, and that's going to happen sometimes. And you got to focus on things you can control, and that's playing as a team and effort and detailed. And I thought our guys did that in the third, and then get rewarded with a win. I thought that was really good. And then I think Tom's obviously done a great job scheduling. I think that's really important. You really got to, if you want to be one of the top programs, you got to play the top programs, right? And so that's certainly the thought process of adding Boston College.
Yeah, do you know last year, as tough as that series was, and as maybe humbling as it was in certain ways, did you know also then that you had a team that was capable of doing the run that went on, or was that something that you found out later based on the response?
Yeah, I think the response, right? They responded really well to it, and even the mindset afterwards wasn't woe is me. It wasn't tripping over your lip. It was obviously not good enough and need to get better, and that's our job as coaches, and also for the players to recognize it and look in the mirror and say, hey, this is not to the standard we talk about being as a team. And so yeah, for sure, that was a great learning lesson for our group, and hopefully we can carry some of those things we learned into this weekend.
Adam, the difference in playing Boston College now here after what you did last year as opposed to going there before you had the season you did?
We're excited about having a program like them in our building, and our fans have been awesome, and there's no seats, and that's a great thing. And but they're a program that's playing a lot of big games too, and a proud program. So they'll be ready to go here. But I do think it's awesome that our fans get to see hockey like this weekend.
Coach, you mentioned how.
Hold on.
Coach, you mentioned how it took the first 2 periods to kind of get the early season jitters out. BC didn't play this weekend against anybody, not even an exhibition. Do you think you kind of have an advantage, at least on Friday night, knowing you guys are coming in more comfortable, kind of more set in your ways?
I don't know. I think that was just, both teams excited to play, and I think that'll be the case here too. I think both teams are going to be really excited to play. So their coaching staff does a great job. They're gonna be ready to go, and we feel like we've had a good couple days here at practice, and we got 2 more good ones we'll be ready to go to.
When you have a week of practice ahead of a big series like this, how much of it is kind of catering to what you expect out of Boston College and getting the guys ready for that versus just getting your guys to play like their style of hockey to the best they can?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the things we've tried to do as a coaching staff is, focus on us, and we're trying to take a long-term approach to our guys' development, and so they got areas to keep growing in their game, and regardless of who we're playing, and so, our approach definitely, we studied, Boston College and a ton of respect for how they play, but we also got a lot to work on in our game, and I think you can sometimes go down a rabbit hole of focusing so much on the opponent, and you forget to focus on the most important thing is that's your own team.
Coach, I appreciate.
Graham first.
Okay. What do you not know about your team yet? Like, what are you looking forward to learning, and what can a series like this, are the things that can tell you that you don't know yet?
Well, I think, you're going to be put in tough spots, right? And so how do you respond? I'm a big believer in that is, not being too high or not too low, and how you respond after getting scored on, how you respond after scoring a big goal. Like, those are all things in, playing at home and learn how do you create momentum in your own building. I think that's, it can't just be from scoring chances, and it's got to be from other areas. And we got a smart hockey crowd, so I think all those things are things that our group's got an opportunity to learn.
Coach, you had Lukashevich and Andrews together, 2 new blue liners playing as a pair. Kind of just what did you think of their performance at Lake State and kind of moving forward?
I thought they did a good job. I mean, Nick's played a lot of college hockey, right? So he's got a ton of experience, and Vlad is a freshman coming in. So that's the hope there with that pairing is you got some experience with a young player, and I think for Vlad is just get used to the speed of the game, right? It's a big jump from the USHL, and he was a really good player in that league. But now all of a sudden, guys are on top of you. You have less time and space, and Nick's got a calming presence to him. So I think that combination we hope is going to be a good one for us.
Coach, can you just kind of talk about what you saw from the special teams this weekend, going perfect on the PK, even though maybe not really finding anything on the man advantage?
Yeah, penalty kill. I mean, that's pretty common early. Is the penalty kill usually starts out ahead of the power play, right? As there's maybe the power play still sorting things out. I thought Jared DeMichael runs our penalty kill, does a great job. I thought they had a great plan and went out and executed, especially a 5-minute major like we had to kill for a while there. In the power play, it's less. Obviously you want to score, but you're looking at, if you don't score, creating momentum for your team, and I thought both units did that for us.
How much personal pleasure do you take in the fact that by the time you get to this 50th anniversary, by the time you get this packed house for what would have been packed regardless of the opponent, but it is BC, that you've got the program where it is, and that the program you're showing off and putting on the ice is what it'll be?
Yeah, we're excited about the direction of it, and I think there's a ton of people that it goes into it. I mean, there's obviously it starts at the top. Alan, the way he supports us, and Jen Smith, and our whole staff. We got a great staff that have invested a ton of time in it. The players, even back to our first year, that bought into how we wanted to do things, and last year, and our alumni group. I think that's for our whole group. I think we're definitely proud, but we want to keep getting better. And I think. Anytime you think you've arrived, that's probably that's not a good thing. And so this is a hungry group, and we feel like we've still got a lot to prove. But we're also proud that Munn sold out, proud that our alums are back and hanging out around the rink, and excited about having a big weekend this weekend.
Anything else?
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.